you studied, I would assume, Frank Marshall figures at all? And
Yeah, that was also thanks to Al Flasso, though, because once Al got to know me a little bit, even though I was a kid, he would start bringing stuff out that he had hidden in his back room. And he said, "What do you think of this?" He talked a little bit like W.C. Fields. He was a real character. "What do you think of this?" He was like a carnival barker, you know.
Well, they called him the
Coney Island Fakir.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen film of him?
I have. I had a magic career before I got involved in that. So
the guy was brilliant. You know, I was just so honored to have known him. You know, he was like a legend.
Well, he was. He was a legend. So I'm finding this fascinating that you were in a shop and building figures for him.
Yeah.
So
well, he started having me repair something for him. You know, like need a string replaced or something like that, or a little paint touch up. And I said, "Wow, that's cool."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I got to study these things up close. And there were Marshall figures, there were Mac figures, Pinksy figures. I think there was a Petit figure he had, and he actually gave me my first exposure to Insel Davenport figure. You know, and did a minor repair on one for him, but that was the first time I got a peek inside of one. You know, yeah. So I mean, that was like a second college for me.
I was going to say that's a heck of an education there.
Yeah.
So you learned from all these different heads. Did you create your own mechanics, or did you?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, I would say early on, I was sometimes emulating Frank Marshall or trying to. I had gotten a look at a figure from Madeline Maher when she was actually making the heads, and there was a gentleman named George Easer who did the mechanics for her. And I think Jack Coates even did them for a while. But the George Easer mechanics are the ones I remember, and those are, I think, the ones that Clinton used at first too, because he was trained by George Easer. You know, so it was like almost like a typewriter key movement. It's similar, reminiscent of what the McElroy figures, you know, utilized, but simplified. So I settled on more like what the controls on the Marshall figure were like, but I made a couple little changes, like the direction of the eye pole and things like that, and just tried to refine them a little bit and quiet them down somewhat.